The last time Chicago played in Seattle, the Bears were held scoreless in a 26-0 blowout. Will they claw together some points this time? Find out next on EA Sports.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside Lumen Field here in Seattle, Washington.
These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16.
Taken at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession.
They'll be led by a 3-time Pro Bowler in his 5th season. It's Deshaun Watson.
I loved our discussion this week. You know, we had our weekly phone call to talk about our game coming up, and we had to reflect on the fact that he won the NFC Offensive Player of the Week award last week, yet his team lost. You don't see that very often.
No, I know a lot of people dislike that, but when you look at the numbers across the conference from last week, he was clearly the best. So I say the award goes to him, and it did.
Yeah, I agree with you totally. He was so good, they just couldn't ignore him.
Watson's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown.
He's at the 40, 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A.J. Brown, 81 yards.
And the Seahawks on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Boy, A.J. Brown, I mean, one of the best in the NFL with the ball in his hands, and there's another example why.
Yeah, and this just looked like a simple, ordinary play to start, but boy, did things change. Once he got free, it was off to the races, and once he hit high gear, there's absolutely no one who was going to stop him.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the catch on the next-gen stats.
Dan Bailey now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive.
They'll be led out by their quarterback, who's now in his 8th season in the league, and that's Jimmy Garoppolo.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game, almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, the other team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. The numbers for Thielen in that game last week: 7 catches, 98 yards, 2 shy of 100.
And he's number 6 in the league in receiving yards, and he plays for his team first, but he also, in the back of his mind, he's thinking, if I can get into the top 5, that might affect his bonus in his contract.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Oh, there he does it again. And he works free. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because, you know, all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. On play action, it's Garoppolo. Pressure comes, he's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Brian Burns in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the #1 spot.
He's going to air one out. He's got a man complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
That's David Bakhtiari, the all-pro tackle, guilty on that one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Taken in by Pascal out left. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. It's a gain of 6, but not enough, as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first.
On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And coming up on their second drive of the game, had the touchdown last time out. Now they have the football back. Chance to really seize it.
Dobbins hit and he fumbles.
And this is picked up by the Bears. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
We're going to shut you down.
So that challenge, a successful one.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Watson.
He'll drop this one off with ETN.
And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the first at about the 21. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return. And the Bears take over. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
And the Seahawks are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. After the interception, here's Watson. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. From the 41, Watson. Now Brown, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. Past the 20. And they bring this one back. A fumble return for a Bears touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that, and a great play for that defensive unit. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Now the ball now going back over to the Seattle Seahawks offense. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Now it's Watson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Watson now to throw. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack.
Afadi Adenabo.
Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? This is caught. It's Sanu. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 41-yard line.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Watson off play action.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Here's Watson.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down. Going for it, here's Etienne.
And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. He needed a couple, but he didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And the Bears will get the football back. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Two yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. It's caught by Mark Ingram. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes. The sack is by Janoris Jenkins, coming in off the corner. On 2nd down, it's Ingram. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. It's Garoppolo. Oh, Pascal able to haul that one in. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. These two teams all tied after one. The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. This is caught, it's Boyd.
And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll run on 1st down. Dobbins, and he still has yet to get on track in this 1st half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Draw play, Etienne. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Watson. Hard throw, incomplete. Here's Matt Bosher now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win 1st down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating 1st downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
On play action. Now Garoppolo. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. He's going to drop this underneath to Ingram. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. From the gun, it's a give to Peterson. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. On 1st down, Garoppolo. He's going to go for a big play downfield.
He tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie corner, Pat Surtain. And the Seahawks are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And Dobbins, he is not going to get there. They stop him short of the line to gain.
Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Seattle. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. They start the drive with Peterson. Clinton Diggs there for the stop. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Garoppolo. He's got Higbee complete right side. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And the Seahawk defense gets to him and they bring him down. Yannick Ngakoue, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins.
And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. To throw is Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Boyd. And he'll go out of bounds just shy of the 20. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Dobbins trying the left side.
Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. The Seahawks on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 3. He'll find Dobbins out of the backfield.
And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Off of play action, it's Watson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Bears. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Here's 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. There's Garoppolo to throw. And that is incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
The kick by Gold is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And last time they coughed it up. Led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punching the end zone without turning it over.
This is caught. It's Brown. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Watson. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Again, it's Watson. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Watson now to throw. This will be caught by Brown. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. On 1st and 10, Watson. He'll find ETN out of the backfield. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the 1st half.
And he's going to break our statistician, Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Watson on 1st down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And barely able to knock it through. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we have reached halftime here in a good one. 10-10 is our score. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. Some critical games going on as teams fight for those final playoff berths. Let's get you around the NFL here in a busy Week 16. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And there's not much to speak of in terms of passing efficiency. But in a tie game, they know a few tweaks could make a big difference going forward. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts, as you can see the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. This taken in at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. He'll find Thielen working the middle. They had two straight first downs, now a gain of 9 to set up 2nd and 1.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. That is caught by Thielen. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Garoppolo. And that'll be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
That's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back into 24. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Garoppolo now. Under pressure, they got him again. Brian Burns picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Garoppolo looks to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off around the 41. And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Running out of the gun with ETN. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on to punt for Seattle. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Back to the ground, this time with Ingram. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Garoppolo. Quickly into the hands of Fuller. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. Back to the ground. This time it's Peterson. And he will have the Bears' 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. After the sack on 1st down, Garoppolo. They go screen. This is Ingram. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on 3rd down. To throw is Garoppolo. That's out to the flat for Ingram. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game?
Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, this time it's going to come from the middle linebacker because watching the lineman, it seemed to me that they thought he was going to drop back into pass protection, but he surprised them and came on the blitz instead and had a pretty clear run to the quarterback.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. Here's Matt Bosher now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. They try to fire up the run game with Adrian Peterson. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. Knotted up here at 10. That's our score as we begin quarter number 4. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Garoppolo. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down.
He's going to drop this underneath to Ingram.
And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return, and it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Watson.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
Back to the air, Watson on 2nd down. Open man, it's Preston Williams. Williams loses the football, and this is picked up by the Bears. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. And break, the tight end's got it. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly.
Now a throw here to his running back.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They give it to Peterson. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
2nd down and 8.
They run again with Peterson. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. From the gun. It's Garoppolo. And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. Micah Parsons in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. And Gold is able to put it through, and they will take the lead at 13-10. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And they really need to forget about their last time out, the turnover that led to a field goal. So now they try to regroup, trailing in the final quarter. Obviously, they'd love a touchdown, but 3 would suffice. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. And caught by Henry. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Watson now to throw. Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Watson. Ertz over the middle. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. Here's Watson. Over the middle, complete. It's Boyd. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Smith. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. The fullback dive held up short. And the Bears are going to get the football back, and they're going to get it in great field position. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Lets it fly for Thielen. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Fighting to stay upright. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what do they come up with on 3rd and long? Back to throw. Lets it fly for Thielen. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. Full run show Fatukasi. Coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
The Bears offense ready to get going again.
They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And this is going to be incomplete. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on here to punt it away. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Another run here with Dobbins.
It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
Out of the gun, Watson. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Watson.
And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
Watson looks to throw again. Uses the stiff arm. And now running right through it. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
To throw, Watson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now Watson.
Flushed out right.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. He completes it to Henry. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 1 crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Watson trying to get his guys moving. Watson. It's Williams on the catch. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. Very much in range for a tying field goal as they hurry to the line. He's going deep for Brown. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's fourth down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to potentially send us to overtime. Bailey's kick is good. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the fourth.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They, of course, tie game, would like to avoid overtime if they could.
And a lot of people would go ahead and play it safe here and get to overtime and try and win it there. But, you know, sitting up here in the booth,
take some gambles.
So let's go for this thing, try and push it, and maybe catch the defense back on their heels a bit.
See if they do that. On second down, Ingram again. And he is going to be stopped here at the line of scrimmage. And time is going to expire in this football game. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dial. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
And it's been loud in here so far. What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7. Garoppolo now. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Garoppolo. Open man, once again, it's Thielen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, Garoppolo. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Peterson. He's got it on the draw. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Seahawks 38. Throw on 3rd and 1. This one complete to Ingram. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. First down, here's a run with Peterson. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. 69 yards rushing for him now as he is just trying to will his guys to an overtime victory. on 2nd and a yard. Garoppolo. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long? They'll set up a throw. He's got Fuller. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. The kick by Gold is good. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. The field goal would push it to sudden death. We just saw the field goal on the other end, but I don't think they are thinking field goal. At least not to start this drive. They're not thinking field goal.
Not at all, because your point is well taken. Yeah, kick the field goal, you push it to sudden death, but you're also kicking off and giving the other team the ball with a chance to kick a field goal and beat you. Get the touchdown, finish the game off. That has to be the mindset.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. First throw in OT for Watson. Complete. It's Henry. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. 2 minutes on the clock in overtime in a 3-point ball game. And looks like they've got 6 DBs on the field here for a 3rd and 9. Back to throw, Watson. He's going deep for Brown. That's caught inside the 20. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. A great game, partner. Spectacular finish. They needed at least a field goal to keep the game alive. They do one better. They get in the end zone and end it. And I don't know about you, but I'm worn out. That type of a game takes it all out of us as well, not just the guys on the field. What a tremendous finish, and as you noted, were they going to go and try and get 3 and keep the game going? And that wasn't good enough for them. They got the touchdown, and that's why we're able to say goodbye. So for the Seahawks, it's a critical win for them as it gets them to 9-6 on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the Detroit Lions come to town. Meanwhile, for the Bears, this loss really hurts their playoff chances as they drop to 7-8 with 2 games left. And they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants.